Hello Bard haters, and welcome to another fine We Hate Bards Let's Play. I'm Ben, and this is more Fire Emblem. Last time, I kind of gave an intro to what I was going to be doing with the series, and we got the basics established. There is a conflict in the country of Lycia, and we're helping this guy Eliwood, whose father has disappeared, and whose father also happens to be the leader of a particular... I still can't remember what they're called, but I'm going to say city-states, because it kind of reminds me of Greece. There's one country with numerous city-states in it. Actually, I wonder if that wasn't kind of the inspiration behind Lycia. But, anyway, so far we haven't lost anyone, and I forgot to mention this last time, in the tutorial missions I didn't lose anyone either. You get 13 characters, and in the last mission I had 13 characters. Did not lose anyone in the last mission, so we should be good. So anyway, now we have been attacked just outside Santa Ruz, or outside the capital of Santa Ruz, but we need to keep going in because apparently we know the Marquis and we need to ask him for help. Yep, picked up Hector, and now Eliwood is questioning what's going on. So, next mission. Alright, I need to be frame skipping a bit of this so we can save on some time. Master Ephidel. Ah, his name is Ephidel, yes. That's a great idea. You should totally go do that thing. Make sure to tell this shadowy guy about your plans as well. Reveal that to him. Yes, the group calls himself the Black Fang. We're going to tell them all of our plans and that we plan to kind of go against them. That seems smart. So, they just killed him, in case you couldn't tell. Lord Hellman is dead, and it's all his own damn fault. And yes, now we're fighting a weird Scottish guy in armor, who is bald. Here's something I've always wondered. To kind of go on a random non sequitur. Why, in films or popular media, do dwarves always speak with a Scottish accent? I mean, I've met some Scottish people. They're generally pretty big. I mean, hell, even John Rhys Davis, who played Gimli in the Lord of the Rings movies, even he is pretty freaking tall. He's like 6'4", he's like 6'3", 6'4", isn't he? Which may not be tall to some people, but I'm a 5'5", man, so... Big to me. It's like, it's almost a foot taller than I am. Ah, here's Guy. Ah, this is meant to be your hint. So as you go along, there will be certain times, and again they covered this in the tutorial, this was Dorcas in the tutorial actually, where either enemies or NPCs, like who will show up in green, can be recruited. But this is your clue that this guy can be recruited, and he mentions Matthew, and you happen to have a guy named Matthew in your party. So that's meant to be your clue that if you talk to him with Matthew, he will join your team. Which is something I want. And I'm going to be freaking doing whatever I can to try and, yeah, I really want him. I want him so badly. So, but I also need to be very, very careful about who I send. Because the thing is, Matthew and him have the same movement speed, I believe. He doesn't move. He will not move, just randomly to engage like the rest of these guys will. If these guys see, you know, these guys will start moving towards you gradually every turn. He'll just stay there until someone comes into his threat range. So if someone goes in here, or anywhere else in between, he'll move up to engage. Otherwise, he'll stay there. The problem is, he has a movement of 5. Matthew... Oh, Matthew's a movement of 6. As you were, I might be able to make this work. Possibly, if I'm very, very careful about this. I seem to remember Matthew having the same movement speed as him, which made it a bit difficult. Okay, yeah, generally you want to send a couple people over here to deal with that. In this case, I'm probably just going to send Marcus. Yeah, I love Marcus attack this thing. And then he can go, because there's a particular guy I want to meet up in this area. As for the rest of these, I'm going to use Lowen to kind of scout ahead. And as I said, I'm going to be frame skipping a bit to save on time. So there's that. Rebecca didn't quite kill him. Move Matthew up. Ooh, that could actually be a problem. Because she'll be able to attack Rebecca. I hope Rebecca can survive this. What is his strength? Actually, what is it? More important, what is his total attack? Attack is 13 points of damage. What's his attack? This could be rough. This could be rough. We might be about to lose an archer. I'm not gonna lie, we could right here lose Rebecca. Actually, I forgot she has a defense stat as well that I didn't bother to check. She also might evade this. She did not, however. But that appeared it only did 10 points out of the 13, so we might survive this. Might do it. Fuck! Well, there's our first death. Again, normally I would save scum and just do this again. Also, because I'm just gonna throw this out there now because we had someone die. I'm not gonna be editing or cutting these in any way. If I fuck up, you're going to see it. I'm also not gonna redo any levels I fuck up on, and this is your proof. We just had a person die. I am not reloading. So that's proofs in the pudding. If we have someone else die this level, I also will not record. And if Eliwood dies, then I guess we'll actually. How do I want to work? If Eliwood dies, I might do a complete restart on this. Just completely restart and re-record the first episode as well. I guess we'll have to find out, won't we? Because I don't want there to be only 3 or 4 episodes of this. I want there to be, at least like 7 or 8. And if I die at that point, if I die, about the halfway point, then I guess that'll just be it. Alright, so Matthew can finish this guy off in a single hit. Because he's a swordsman. Yeah, thieves aren't generally meant to get into melee combat. In the tutorial, actually, you do find an item, an angelic robe that gives, I think, plus 8 hit points, which I used on Matthew to allow him to be a little bit tougher. Because, yeah, his defense actually does get fairly high even without that. So it's not a bad idea to have Matthew going into melee combat occasionally. And admittedly, I'll probably need that to happen on a couple occasions. Anyway, we soldier on with the loss of our favorite archer, and at this point, our only archer. Yeah, I should have been a lot more careful in how I move forward. This is a lesson. This is my lesson. Don't move forward just willy-nilly and let your don't leave your people in vulnerable positions. Fucking check, Ben. This should be all right. Osmond should finish this guy up. Yeah, that's the benefit of javelins. They're not great for melee because they don't have a high rate to hit, but they're decent for range to give your melee guys a ranged attack. They're good for versatility, really. We're gonna have Eliwood attack this guy, and then Hector will probably finish him off. Oh, he's critting. He's getting a crit. Yeah, he normally does it with just a basic iron sword. That's normally more often with the rapier. And he gets a bonus to strength and speed, which is good for him. Now we just have to move everyone else down. Alright, no one's going to do anything this turn. We'll have Hector actually visit this, and an old lady will give us a mine. I don't remember why. Now here's where we need to be a bit more careful, because we need to know exactly what his attack range is. And if we keep in mind this is a bit of scenery, as just outside of his area, with an attack radius here and here, which I can remember, then I can figure out everything else just by the number of moves he gets. So if I realize that he can only get here, that means he can only move up to a maximum of here, which tells me, exactly where his attack range is going to be, because I know how the grid system in this game works. We'll move everyone up a bit. Matthew, I'm going to move up here for the minute. Move him up further probably next turn. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they should spawn a couple bad guys out of there on the next turn. Yep, that should do it. Does anyone have damage I need to heal? That's another thing I need to keep in mind. Because now that I have a cleric, I can heal damage. I couldn't in the first 2 missions. This is who we wanted to meet. This is Merlinus. He is a merchant, a traveling merchant. So... Yep. And then we're going to have Marcus here because he's going to take on the snags. And is that... Yep, that's their turn. Okay, so... I can attack from here, but not here, otherwise Guy will move up. Admittedly, here's the dangerous thing about Guy. It's partly, if I have, like, you know, Lowen or one of my strong... or Oswin or one of my strong characters up here, I'm partially worried that they might kill Guy accidentally on the counterattack. But it's not even just that. Because if we look at Guy's weapon, that is a killing edge. That is a very devastating weapon. Especially in the hands of a Myrmidon or Swordmaster. Because it gives a massive bonus to critical hit. You see his crit rate, rather than being like, you know, 2 or 3 like it normally would be, it's 35. So 1 out of 3 times he's going to get a critical hit and do triple damage. Which can kill even my toughest... Oswin might be able to survive that. Because Oswin has a really high defense and he's good against swords. But Lowen, or especially like Hector, it would kill him instantly. So rather than doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to try and move some of our people up. We're going to try and put them on the fringe of Guy's attack rate, or attack range. Okay, yes. So this is an attack square, this is an attack square. So we need to keep people out of that particular area. Which means I can actually have Oz or Lowen deal with this. He won't be able to kill him, but Matthew can. Matthew can finish him off. And since Matthew's in a castle, he will heal if he takes any damage. Because I don't think too many of these... The bandit might, but he's going to have a real... Especially with Matt in the fort, he's going to have a really low hit rate. And, ooh, he can hand axe me, which probably won't hit, so I'm not worried about it. Yep, so he can only go up to a maximum of here, meaning I can put Elwood right there, and it'll be fine. For the final person, I'm going to have Oswin there. And I'm going to put Hector... I'll put Hector right there. We'll have the axe guys on the outskirts, ready to move in after this attack is done. So does anyone need healing before I do this? Doesn't look like it. We'll have our cleric right there, in case we need it, and then I still need to move Marcus. Alright, Marcus, go ahead and kill that stump, would you? Stump has officially been killified. And now he's going to send a swordsman up here, which is a terrible idea. I will admit, normally I don't send Marcus this way. Normally I don't use him at all on this level. Normally I send Bartray and I think I send Rebecca up there as well. Bartray and Rebecca, which I probably should have done this time. She might still be alive if I did that. Oh shit, don't kill Elwood. I hadn't even considered that. Okay. Yeah, the lance guy was a bit of a problem. The axe guys don't look like they should be. Yeah, 19% to hit. They're not going to touch Elwood. And even if they did, they wouldn't have done that much damage. Alright. So first and most important thing. Have Matthew talk to Guy. Epic Fire Emblem music in the background. Always appreciate that. Hey, Guy. You're going to work with me. You know, it's funny thinking about it, because there's actually a guy who plays in the We Hate Bards games, like the tabletop games, whose name is Guy. So every time he mentions his name, or like we talk about his name, I always think of Fire Emblem. So, yeah, Matthew's blackmailing Guy, and Guy's going to join us in a second. Yep, hadn't eaten in 10 days. We said we'd give him meat, and then he said he owed us his life, or owed Matthew his life. So now he's going to come work for us. Which is awesome, because as I said, he's got a killing edge. It does mean I'm going to need to... I'm probably not going to use him much right now, and if anything, I'll send him up here to buy an actual sword. Because again, the Killing Edge, as you can see, has 20 uses. It's also really powerful. It is a Tier C sword. It is the first Tier C weapon I think you get. Because steel is only Tier D, I think. Who has a steel weapon? Oh, Dorcas has a steel weapon. Oops. Oh, no, it's actually... Oh, it's a Tier E. But I think... I know at least some... I think steel is Tier E, but I think lances... Yeah, lances and swords of steel is Tier D. I don't know why steel axes are so much different. I think it's because they're easier to use. That's meant what what it's meant to be. So yeah, I don't want to waste too many of my killing edges, and I probably won't use them at all until I get him an iron sword or a steel sword. As for the rest of these guys, so these guys have axes. I'm probably going to need to use swordsman against them. That would be the most effective way, I think, of doing it. Then we will... Ooh. I think I'm going to try and have Marcus go down... Or Hector! Hector go down here and kill this guy, which he may do, but he has missed a couple times already with like a 70%. And... Yep, I wondered about that. Well, in that case, we're going to have, ooh. I don't want to work this. I don't want to... Alright, I'm going to have Elwood kill this guy with the iron sword. Ha! 0% to hit. That didn't quite deal with him. Ugh. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have this guy surrounded, because if he's surrounded, he can only attack Hector. And Hector can take it. Anyway, alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to send Dorcas down here. Dorcas is gonna deal with this guy and finish him off. Actually, have I used... Okay, I haven't used Guy yet. I could... I'm considering having Guy, if I can, move up and deal... Oh, wait, no, he can't quite get up there. He can get up to the axe guy. I might... Do I want to do that? Let's see what all these other guys do. Because more than anything, I want this archer going down. Yeah, alright, here's what I'm going to do. Swordsman, come here. One hit kill. Yeah, as you can see, even like the very first time I used it, he crit. And Bartray is going to attack with the Iron Axe. Kablamo! Can't do anything. So, ooh, he can still move, but if Oswin gets a hit here, this could do it. Please, Oswin, please, get a hit. Hit this guy. Freaking crap. That's not good. What's the damage on this guy? Because here's the thing. I'm worried about Elwood. That's 10. That's 20. Minus 10. So that's 10 damage. He can survive it. They don't crit, he might survive it. What about her? If they... What's her defense? 2? Oh. As long as that guy doesn't get a crit, we should be good. So I'm going to do this. Not the smartest move, because if he moves the archer forward, it's going to do a lot of damage to Sarah, and I have no way of healing her. Good news, Marcus has shown up. So what are they going to do here? They're going to send a couple guys... Okay, they're not going to go after Sarah, they're going to go after Elwood. Well, actually, they might still go after Sarah, because I killed the soldier, so now that spot's open. Yep, they are. They are. Okay, he couldn't crit on her. I don't want to lose my cleric. Like, I can stand losing an archer because I'm going to get a couple more. I'm going to get another archer here in 2 more missions, and then I'm going to get a sniper later on. So, I think I actually get a 3rd archer at some point. I can't remember who. Also, there's Wrath, who is a mounted archer. He's probably more important, actually, because he can move really fast. So you're getting out of there right now. As for Elwood, you are going to finish this archer off. Double hit. He goes down, and oh, that's a really good level. Everything but luck. Oh yeah, I know I talked about how the levels work last one. Con is, I think it's Constitution. It has to do with whether or not they can be rescued. So, characters with high con, as you can see, he has a con of 14, it'd be harder to rescue him. Whereas Elwood has a con of only 7, so it'd be easier. And his 8, it's an aid versus con check, basically. So if your con is lower than the rescuing unit's aid, you can be rescued. Alternative, if not, you cannot. There's a really weird feature in this game, but I can make it work to my advantage. For right now, I'm just going to move Guy out because I don't think I need him anymore. I probably should have waited on that. That may be really stupid on my part. And dead. Oh, not quite yet. And missed. Crap. Good news is the archer won't be able to move anymore because I'm moving Dorcas down here to start killing them. And Dorcas managed to kill them in one set of attacks. So then we can move Bartray up, and Bartray can probably finish them. Should be able to. 82% to hit. That's not a bad to hit percentage. Yep. Goes down. And I'm going to actually... How do I want to work this? I think what I'm going to do... Because I'm not going to use Matthew anymore. I'm going to put Matthew right here. The reason I'm doing it this way is because this is going to spawn bad guys for like 3 or 4 turns. But if you have your own units on there, it will not. So I'm going to keep them from spawning. And that should keep the rest of my guys looking a little bit better. As for Marcus, I normally don't use him this much at all. But I kind of need that archer. I don't want to risk the archer going after any of my other characters. I need all of them at this point. And Marcus is going to finish up that guy. They spawn another one over here. So, Guy, you're going to go up. You're going to buy an iron sword. As for you, my tanky units are going to go here. Marcus is then going to move out of the way because I don't need him anymore. And the rest of my units move up, except for Bartray, who's going to chill back here so they don't spawn any more bad guys. I don't think they will. I don't think any more bad guys spawn... I don't think any more bad guys spawn in this area ever, other than right here. I don't think any bad guys spawn on that castle. But I could be wrong. Alright, Lowen is getting... Actually, has Lowen gotten attacked before? It looked like he took some damage. Alright, he attacked a couple times earlier, but... okay, that's gonna finish him. Now, big question, who do I... Ah, Hector's really close to leveling up. So in that case, I'm gonna actually move Hector up and have Hector deal with this. I think I might also have Hector deal with the boss guy. Because with the fact that he's using an axe, has... Oh, 1 HP. Congratulations, Hector. You are slightly harder to kill now. You are 1 point tougher. We're getting the victory music for some reason, even though we haven't come close to victory yet. I'm not quite sure why that is. I think now with the vendors as well, we can buy healing staffs. But I don't really need one because I've only used this one like twice. Nope, once. Reminds me, I should probably keep on the healing if I can. Because she's gonna need she started out at level 2 because I gained her a level in the tutorials, but I think she still needs to level up a bit. Actually, any of my guys Lowen, I can have her heal Lowen in a minute. So we'll wait again. I don't think they're gonna spawn anybody else. So Lowen's gonna move over here. Sarah's gonna move over and heal him. And then Guy's gonna go up here and buy his sword. They also have ranged weapons. I'm actually... I forgot about that. This is a store entirely for ranged weapons. It's a good thing I was looking for a sword and not a lance or an axe, because I wouldn't have gotten them. Buy an iron sword, so Guy doesn't need to waste his killing edge anymore. I can save that up for particularly powerful enemies. Move Elwood up. Dorcas still did... Actually, Dorcas... Do I want to get a hand axe for Dorcas? That might be useful. I think I'm going to do that as well. I didn't have you buy an axe in the last level. I meant to do that. And I completely forgot. Oh well, there will be other opportunities for it. Now, how much damage is his wolf bale going to do Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna... Actually, does he have any ranged weapons? Because that could be... No, he does not. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna have Oswin use a lance against him. And... Ah, it missed. Balls. You're gonna go buy a hand axe. Good. Now Hector is going to come up, and I'm going to do it this way for a particular reason. Because you're going to wolf bail this guy, who has a very low chance of crit, so I'm not terribly concerned. Alright, he took some damage, but... Actually, is this going to be enough to heal him? It might not. Okay, 19. Fuck, I forgot how much it... That only did 14? It only did 14. Okay, so he can survive another hit from that. That's fine. Actually, he might even kill the guy this turn. Oh, no, now he won't. So he takes some damage, 13. Oh, Hector gets a crit! Critical hit! Yep, and this guy goes down. And Hector's gonna gain another level. Okay, that's a bit better. Didn't gain any HP this time. It took him 2 levels to gain a single level, but essentially it'll all balance out in the end, I'm sure. You got your hand axe, I think? Yep. Before I leave, is there anyone else I need to have a particular type of weapon? You can only use lances right now, so you're good. You need an axe, which you're not going to get. You don't need anything. You have an axe. I'm not going to give you a hand axe, because I don't feel like you need it yet. You have a bunch of stuff, so you're good. You have iron axe, hand axe, you have an iron sword. Looks like everyone's good. So Ellawood, play us out. Oh no, he's going to find out about Lord Hellman's death. Oh, no, he's not quite dead yet. Yeah, he survived. He survived on the floor for presumably several days while we fought our way through it. Or at the very least several hours while we fought our way through, you know, hordes of enemies. Yeah, like this happened before we even got here, and I don't know how the turns play out. I thought it was in days, but apparently, even if it's only in hours, that was like, you know, 10... That was like a full day worth of fighting just to get to this castle. So he's kind of a tough old guy. So yes, he'll tell us a little bit about it, about how the Marquis of Laos has plans. He's working with, you know, this shadowy group. And beware the Black Fang. Incidentally, we met the Black Fang in the tutorial missions. There was a strange child. There were 2 strange children named Nils and Ninian who were getting attacked by them, but we never found out why. Yep. And now we're going to be approached by one of Lord Hellman's side men. I'm blanking on what they're called. Vassals. Ah, a steward. That's another word for it, I suppose. And yeah, the steward asks, "What the hell are we supposed to do now? We don't have a leader." So he's like, "Well, I guess you bury your old leader and just wait here until someone can be bothered to deal with you, because we're sort of busy right now." There's a side quest. This is another thing they introduced in the tutorials. Every once in a while you get options for side quests, which basically means we can go to Chapter 13X, and that guy we met, Merlinus, we're going to meet him again here in a minute. We're actually going to learn his name. That's the other reason I wanted to do it, because he has a very important little thing we're going to need. So yeah, we're just going to kind of skip this because it just sets up the side quest. Resting for the night. It's dark. We're on our way to Kalen. Oh yes, Kalen being referenced as a place where Lyn was from, where we had to, again, part of the beginning missions. That whole story arc. They'll reference it a couple other times. I'll explain any pertinent information. Right now, they're just saying, "Hey, Lyn lives nearby. Do we want to go and pay her a visit?" And Hector's about to give Ellawood a really hard time about it, though, because they knew each other. They met a couple times. They talked a little bit. Yep. And he says he thinks Lyn is cute, and so Hector's going to riff on him for it. Kind of a nice thing to do again with lore. There's a little bit of like friendly teasing amongst characters. A little bit of personality and charm, I think. And there was a girly scream that turns out to be a dude. Yep, he's being attacked by bandits. So now we have to help him. Oh, I thought we were about to be introduced to the intro screen, or the preparation screen in this mission, but apparently that's not till next mission. So yes, we're at about a half hour. Like I said, I wanted to keep these a bit shorter, so I know that means you're all gonna get like one chapter per episode. But you know, it'll make for easier viewing, I think. So yep, now we get to help Merlinus, and that'll be next time, and we will crack on with that and get ourselves a merchant in our party. But in the meantime, thanks as always for tuning in, guys. I was Ben, and this was Fire Emblem. See you next time, everyone.